Come on, pal. I don't want to hear your life story. Paw me.
Hey everybody, this is Eric at Monkey Paw Wargaming. Today what we're going to do is we're going to do an unboxing of the Necromunda Ash Wastes box set, which is currently available on Games Workshop's website for a retail of $299. So we're going to sort of open the box, review the contents, and then I'll give you some final thoughts on the value of that set. This is the third expansion for Necromunda so far. Probably one of the bigger ones, I would say, compared to, say, the previous box set, which was Underhive War, which is more of a smaller starter box. This one goes a little bit larger and gives you a larger playing area because you're going to be using vehicles and mounted units in a larger setting on the exterior of the spire of Necromunda. So let's jump into this review. Okay, well, here we have on the floor here, I had this on the floor in my studio area. Yeah, basically this box is really large. So like if you look at the thick of this, I mean, this is thick. So you're gonna get a lot of stuff in here. You're getting basically 2 starter gangs, some mounts for the Ash Waste gangers, and then you're gonna get 2 trikes for the Orlocks. So let's crack this open. I got my razor blade here. Let's open this up. Now, I haven't had a chance. I pre-ordered this when it came out on initial release, and this is just now me opening it. So you're gonna get to look at it just when I get to look at it. All right, so let's see what we got to work with here. Alright, so looks like the way that they have this packed is you get your templates. Now, the thing that initially drew me into this box set is the terrain. The terrain is gorgeous. It's also compatible with the Sector Mechanicus and the Zone Mortalis. So we're getting to the point where, you know, terrain for Games Workshop is a lot like Lego, where all these parts are going to be interchangeable and the customization possibilities are just going to be endless. And I'm already thinking about different ways of combining and altering and modifying. I mean, these things are just incredible, and you get quite a bit. This one's coming off the sprue a little bit here, but you know, I mean, check out that detail. Just phenomenal. So the nice thing is not only are you getting 2 starter gangs, but you're getting a lot of terrain to sort of set the stage here, as far as like moving forward. If this is like your first box set for Necromunda, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. I mean, look at this. I'm still going through still pulling out the scenery sprues. So these are the buildings, like the larger dwellings, which have removable roofs. You can see that on their website, that when you assemble these, you can take the roofs off. Very cool. These are, looks like the ash waste. These are the sand fleas or whatever they're called. Forgot what the name of them are. So you get 2 sprues of those. This is the sprues for the Orlock quads. Man, I mean, the models are just, hopefully the camera can capture this, but the detail on these models is just incredible. I am going to thoroughly enjoy painting the Ash Wastes. You know, at Games Workshop, you know, say what you will about them, but you know, there's no doubt that the quality of their models in the last several years is just off the charts, especially with Necromunda. If you haven't played Necromunda before, I highly recommend exploring the model range. There's just a lot of good models. And these are Orlocks. And then you get your typical, as with all starter boxes, you get your sprue of loot crates, your terminals, your barricades and things like that, which is kind of nice, you know. Definitely they've definitely sold a lot of these, because you can kind of tell in here. And not to detract from anything like that, but this is just a little minor criticism here. Is you can see that the detail in this is not as crisp as it was in the very original box set. So clearly this mold at some point will have to be retooled or cleaned up a bit, because I've noticed the detail on the edges in here is not as crisp as it was on the original box set that came with the game back in 2017. So I mean, but they've sold probably countless sprues of these, or made countless sprues, but that's just a minor quibble. It's like you can tell level of detail on some of the newer sprues versus the sprue that's been around for now, what, 5 or 6 years, give or take. So just kind of interesting to see the progression there of, it doesn't really take long when you're selling this many. And then you get this really cool, you get this cool sort of poster that shows you basically everything, all the books that are in the line, and the different boxes of the original starting gangs and stuff like that. But you get a little bit of poster art here. It's not too dinged up. There's a little, I wish they would have put this on the top. It's a little, if somebody wanted to hang this or frame this, it's already so that's another little minor complaint here. But definitely a cool piece of art. Now here's the playing mat. I don't know. Oh, that's cool. They made this an adhesive bag so you can store it. You'll be able to store this back up in this bag when you're done. That was that's a good on Games Workshop for sort of thinking about that, is like when you're done with this, to sort of store it so it doesn't get messed up or whatever. Is the poly bag is resealable. That's kind of nice. And this is just a thick paper mat. Given the player size, or the play area size, they sort of had to go this route to kind of keep costs down. The card tiles that were in the original game, those are heavy, and to sort of get that amount for the size, it probably would have been an issue. So this is, and it's double-sided. At least I think it's double-sided. Yeah, it's double-sided. So there's like a dark side, and then there's a light side. And the dark side here looks like sort of like, I don't know if the camera can pick that up. The dark side of this looks like it's the same layout, but it looks like it's like at nighttime. I haven't really flipped through the book yet, obviously, but I'm wondering if there's sort of nighttime conditions, or nighttime, daytime versus nighttime. So playing surface there. I'm not going to unfold the whole thing because you wouldn't be able to see it in the picture frame, but overall it's quite sizable. I would say that's at least 3 feet wide, about however many long. So a nice good playing area. And it's thicker too. This is pretty durable, but like I said, this comes in a sealable bag. So when you're done, you just pack this bad boy back up and reseal the bag. It's good that they were thinking about that. Here's all the player cards for this. I don't know if I'll open these just yet, but these are, there's going to be vehicle cards in here. There's going to be mission cards. There's a bunch of things in the contents, but that's a lot of cards. So I got those. A new measuring stick. So if you got, tape measures are probably going to be the order of the day, but it's nice that they included that. So in here, you're going to have the instructions on how to assemble all this stuff. But the neat thing is also it provides you with a quick down and dirty House Orlok gang list. And I believe it also gives you Ash Wastes, yeah. So you don't necessarily have to have the books just yet. You can play these two gangs straight out of this book, with no, you don't really need to purchase anything just yet, but probably it'll be a truncated list or a less specific list that's just more tailored to just to sort of get you started. Eventually, you probably, especially with Orlocks has been around for a while. Most people that play Necromunda probably already have it, but the new book, the Book of the Outlands, that has it's like a more thorough list for Ash Waste. But the neat thing is they give you everything kind of self-contained in this box. So, it's a significant purchase at, like I said earlier in the video, it's a retail for $299, and you're getting a lot of stuff, but it is a significant purchase. But the neat thing is you get this, and will get you by for a significant amount of time before you would have to sort of commit to buying anything further. But I mean, the modeling section here to assemble the models, my only criticism, and it's a small one, is, for box sets like these, to get playing faster, it would have been interesting if they would have made a push fit version of Ash Wastes and a push fit version of Orlocks, just so you can kind of hit the ground running faster. If you've assembled Necromunda models previously to this, you know that the models are a lot more detailed and fiddly than normal. So kind of getting your gang together and assembling everything right away it's a little bit time consuming. So again, small criticism there. Push fit would have been nice. It would allow you to sort of get out of the gates faster. But that's minor. Now this Ash Waste book, what's interesting about this box set is they did this with 9th edition of Warhammer 40,000, is the initial box set, that's a thick book. It's a hardcover book. So you are truly getting a premium kind of a rule book here in this box set. It's twice as thick as the Hive War book that comes in that box, and that one's soft cover. You didn't even get a hardcover book in the original Necromunda box set. That was a soft cover one. And truth be told, that book tended to, the binding on that book was, in my opinion, substandard, because mine is falling apart. Now, granted, I don't need it anymore, but the fact that you paid a lot of money, I think it was that box set at the time was like $175, and you had a book that was a soft cover. It didn't open up flat, and and I haven't really used it all that much because I have the hardcover Necromunda rulebook, but that one, the initial Necromunda rulebook, which was soft cover, it fell apart. Like already a page is falling out of it. It's kind of sad, but this is hardcover, and of course, in here, I can open this up here. So in here you're getting the card tokens. Now it's strange, the card stock on these feels slightly different than the original box game. So I haven't punched any of these out obviously yet, but these feel different to me. I don't know if the card stock is thinner or it's definitely feels like a different density. I'm not really sure. These feel slightly different than the previous one, so I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. It's just this feels different to me. The almighty reference sheets. Can't comment too much on these just yet because I haven't really dived into this book, obviously, because I'm opening it. But these reference sheets look more about things that are in the game. This is kind of nice, having a lasting injuries on a separate cheat sheet, so you're not having to flip through the book. That's kind of nice. Vehicle collision table, that'll definitely come into play a lot in the Ash Wastes here. That's right here, and I think it tells you what specifically happens here. So, you know, good sturdy paper on these. It's not cardstock, but it's definitely thicker. And then you got the book. Oh man, I love the smell of when you open these books. Like new book smell. Oh, a little bit of glue here. That's interesting. It's like adhesive or something from the shrink wrap. I'm not really sure. Hopefully that doesn't affect the page turning of the book any. But yeah, no, there's a lot going on in this book, and I can't wait to dive into it. My player group right now is currently in a Dominion campaign, so midway through the campaign here, I'm gonna sort of open up I'm gonna have like a collapsed dome territory that's gonna open up into the Ash Waste. So the players have the option to play Ash Waste games or not play Ash Waste games. It leaves it sort of open-ended. So I'm looking forward to tackling in this, but yeah. All right, well, let's see what else we got in here. We got the bases. Interesting, they're using just the basic, you know, black bases. You're not getting the Necromunda sort of style bases that we're used to seeing. There's the dice. Now, interestingly enough, you're going to get the same set of dice you've gotten in the other box sets of the game, but you're also getting these new dice. These are the vehicle dice, and I don't know what all these symbols mean just yet. But so you're getting your standard set of dice, and then you're also getting, I think the yellow dice are all the vehicle dice, and then the black dice are the common dice that come with other versions of Necromunda, which, you know, I don't know how many I have by now. I got several sets of these. So those are those. These are the bases that the giant insects mount on, but yeah, so, you know, because it's out in the Ash Waste, it's not in Sector Mechanicus, they're just giving you just the standard black bases here. I think that's everything. Yeah, just more bases. It's just an insert here. All right, well, that pretty much is it. You know, if you like what you see, give a comment down below. Again, this retails for $299 US. I'm not really sure what it translates into, you know, different countries or whatever, but overall, I think for the money that you're putting into it, if you were to buy all this stuff separately, because you can buy all this stuff separately now on Games Workshop's website, the sum total of all of this far exceeds $300. So generally with the box sets, like big box sets like this for Games Workshop, this is where they cut you a deal, kind of. It is. It's almost like a loss leader. So I can't recommend this highly enough. The amount of content and value you get into the box set with everything like this is pretty substantial. It is a big investment in the beginning. Like, you know, you're thinking to yourself $300 to sort of jump into a game, but you're getting 2 full gangs, their vehicles, and all like a bunch of scenery and a play area. This is as all inclusive as you can get for a box set for a Games Workshop game. I mean, it doesn't get any more all inclusive. Everything you got is in this box to just hit the ground running. The only time, like I said, the only time that it would slow you down, and this was a minor criticism of mine, is the models aren't push fit. So super minor, but there's a lot of stuff here. You know, you can see here, like I took all this out. I mean, this is a lot of stuff you're gonna have to assemble before you even play your first game. So that's the only negative I see as far as that is concerned, is the investment in time to kind of get the models up and running. But I mean, there's no denying that you're getting a lot of stuff in this box, and it's all inclusive. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.